It's Bike Week here at the channel. Welcome to another episode of Old School. This is Manx TT Super Bike on the Sega Saturn. It's an arcade port. Basically, you can play this in the arcade, on the Saturn, or on PC. So this is a viewer's suggestion. It's a game I haven't played before, like many of the bikes, or the bike games we are featuring here on the channel every day this week. So we've got a few days left of Bike Week. I'm going to stop saying Bike Week, I promise.
Manx TT Super Bike.
Oh, hell yeah. There was controversy around the release of this game on the Saturn because the developer, or rather Sega, outsourced the development of this game to a different team. They didn't make this in-house, which at the time was unheard of. They must have done that with other games, though. Couldn't have just been this. Perhaps this was the first time they did it. So anyway, yeah, this is an arcade port, and it's generally very arcadey looking and sounding already.
Get ready to race.
Oh, look at the speech there. Get ready to race. Or listen to the speech, not look at the speech. What is going on? Oh. It's been X button to action everything so far. Accelerate is circle. On the PS5 pad anyway. Let's try that again. It's not a very good start, is it? And it's go, go, go. Oh, I don't like this camera angle. That's better. Right, okay, let's see what this is about then. Am I going to just be lagging behind, as was the case with the motorbike game I featured yesterday, Moto Racer on the PS1? Feels a bit slow to me. Might be the bike though. I mean, this view, feels really fast. But I don't know if I can stick with this camera angle, guys. Oh dear. So this had really good reception, even though people were skeptical because of the external development, if you like, getting a third party in to develop the port. They liked it when it actually released. The reviewers liked it. I'm terrible at this, as is the case with a lot of these bike games. I'm not good at them at all. Okay. Oh, the Sega Saturn. We need to feature more games on the Saturn. On the channel, I should say. Such a cool console. I actually got to play the Saturn back in the day. We had a friend who owned it. I've talked about this before, but you might be new to this channel. And he had two games, Fighting Vipers and something else. I can't remember the other game. House of the Dead, was that on Saturn? I don't know. But yeah, I always thought the Saturn was a peculiar beast. Because where I lived, no one had it apart from this one guy. No one. Anyway. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Yeah, I like this. I do like it. I just need to practice. So the arcade version of this is supposed to be very good. It's got a super hang-on type bike. Apparently, this is what I read earlier, that you sit on and play the game that way. Arcade version's going to look a lot better than this and sound better. Of course it will. But I think as ports go, this is pretty good. Here we go. Come on. Let's try and get on the podium at least. This version, the port, has got an added mode, which is called Saturn. The Saturn mode, which we'll take a look at in a bit. I'm just assuming that's going to be like some sort of career mode, maybe? I don't know. Oh, I'm in the podium places. Come on. Ho 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 ho. He gets third. I like the digitized crowd sprites. Were they digitized? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I think...
Please select the race mode.
Please select the race mode. I think this was developed by the guy behind Sega Rally. The arcade version, that is. That is a game I think I've played. I know Dave. Big shout out to Dave. I know Dave raves about Sega Rally. This is good, guys. This is a good video game, this. Oh, we're back at the Laxey Coast.
Get ready to race.
So if you didn't know TT... No, I didn't know this before reading up on it earlier. But it's the Isle of Man TT, which is a little island, I think, just north of the UK, is it? Or just south of the UK? I'm trying to think of my... Where we are. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to focus here. I want to win this. Yeah, Isle of Man. Have I been to the Isle of Man? I've been to an island, which is just off the UK, in a boat when I was a kid. I don't think it was the Isle of Man, though. But anyway, that's why this is called Manx TT. I'm not sure what the Manx is about. What does that mean, guys? Is it Isle of Man? Manx Man? I just don't know. But yeah, this is apparently a famous racing event, or a bike racing event. And I have seen this on TV before. I've taken a glimpse at this event. I have to admit, I got to hold my hands up. I don't enjoy watching any form of bike racing. I find it tedious. I don't know why. I just do. I love F1. And that's about it when it comes to watching racing on TV. I tried a little bit of America's version of F1, and it was like watching paint dry. I just did not like it. What's it called? A lot of F1 drivers go over to there if they don't make it in F1. Although with that said, F1 can be quite boring as well. Especially these days with the DRS and everyone just like getting into what's called DRS trains, and without getting too technical if you don't watch F1. Anyway, back to the bikes. I'm rambling here. I like this. It's good. It's good. Very, very good video game, this. It's a bit basic, but it is an arcadey game. I don't know how much depth there is here, but that could be said with many of the bike games I have featured this week. Tomorrow will be Excite Bike. I know it's an obvious one, but you kind of have to feature Excite Bike on Bike Week. One of the originals, one of the OGs. I actually played a lot of Excite Bike on the NES when I was a kid. I'm sure there was like a map creator in that game, wasn't there? Like a map isn't the right word, but you know what I mean. You could design your own levels. He comes first. Look at this. Let's see what's up next then. I hope it's not this race again. I want to see a different part of the island. We're going back to the island. Was that a song? We're going back to the island. Let's put my name in there. I'm sure it was a song. We're going back to the island. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm embarrassing myself. Okay. So yeah, ports. We love ports, don't we? Arcade ports were such a thing in the 90s, especially in the 90s. Go! I mean, we had so many arcade ports to home computers as well in the early or late 80s, early 90s. And like the 8-bits, and they were awful. Like in the arcade, the game would shine, and then you'd get it on the ZX Spectrum, and it was just awful. Case in point, Final Fight. I remember that being pretty bad on one of the home computers. Oh, look at this. I like this. Now it feels quick. This course, or this track, feels quick. This part of the island. We're going back to the island. I'm not going to do that again. This is a good suggestion. This is a game I would not have thought of playing. And it is interesting that we only got this on Saturn and PC. Although, is that an interesting thing? Because it's a Sega arcade game, isn't it? So it's not that interesting at all. Scrap that. But yeah, to get it on PC, I won't mind seeing the PC version now. They always have dodgy rock music on these games, don't they? If you ride a motorbike, apparently you have to listen to a bit of dodgy rock. In regards to reviews, I've got them over on the other monitor. Let me have a glimpse. I like a good old glimpse. Arcade, there's only one review out of 5 out of 5 at CMVG. That was a magazine I used to buy. Saturn version, though, had a 90% at Consoles Plus. Anyone remember that place? Consoles Plus? I don't. GameSpot only gave this a 6.3 out of 10 in a retrospective review. Saturn Power, the magazine back in the day, gave it a 92%. And Sega Saturn magazine here in the UK gave it a 91%. So very highly thought of, apart from the GameSpot review. I never find retrospective reviews fair, because going back to these games, they can look and feel a bit rough now. I don't think it's fair, giving it a score. Although there are some bad games out there, and you can say if they're bad, it doesn't matter, regardless of the age of the game. You could still judge a game, can't you? And say, yeah, this was terrible, even though it was like 1995 or whatever. Oh. Right, come on. It's fun. It's a fun video game, this, and I like how the positions keep interchanging. I wonder if there's some catch-up. Is it called catch-up? I wonder if that's on. It must be. It's an arcade game. Basically, if you didn't know, guys, in a race, a catch-up is where you'll be right at the back and you'll get helping hand from the game's coding to speed you up a little bit so you get back into the front of the pack or around the front of the pack. That's what it does. And you generally get it in the arcadey games. You won't get it in games like Gran Turismo unless you turn it on. There we go. Second place. Yeah, I'm getting into this now. I was unsure at first. But now I like it. I like this video game. I could see why it got good scores. And I am back. Amazon was at the door. So, sorry about that quick edit there. It's that time of year now. Amazon have been delivering all my parcels. I've got most of my Christmas shopping done for family and friends. But yeah, it's like the door. My doorbell is ringing like every 1 hour or so. Every 1 hour. Not every hour, but every 1 hour. How's that for specifics, guys? I like the orange sky in this next stage. This is cool. Oh, this music. Fantastic. Oh, the engine noise disappeared for a sec there. A bit of a glitch. I am emulating via RetroArch. And it plays like a video game should play. It's smooth. Very smooth emulation. But anyway, Manx TT. I think that's what it is called. Super Bikes. Really good video game. If you've got access to some Saturn goodness, check this out. It's well worth your time. Look out for Excite Bike tomorrow. All the footy games will return next week, I promise. And all the other stuff we have planned for the channel. I'll speak to you all soon.
Passing the checkpoint.